but the whole camouflage effect is what affected me. That's how I got my start.
So I mean, if you don't mind, give us the story. Like, tell us what happened. Like, what was you out here? You was out here in the streets wilding. Did he tell you, hey, little bro, like, come with me? You feel me? Like, how did it go?
I can't say that. I most definitely was out here in the streets for real, wilding on some young dumb shit. Camouflage. Once he moved to the projects and things, and started really representing that, and I don't want nobody to take that wrong. I'm just telling you what's facts. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. When bruh came around, bruh been had talent. Bruh been doing this thing, and he knew that I could rap, or he heard about me. I said this before in the interview. He knew that I could rap, or he heard about me, and he just reached out to me and he put me on a song. You know what I mean? It's called "Bringing Pain" on his first album, on the I Represent album. He put me on that, and then. A little bit after that, we formed a group. He formed a group with me, Pookie Boy Rah, may God bless his soul. And he named us Project Finest. And I want to say he changed the name to HVP. So after him featuring me on that one song on Bringing Pain off the I Represent album, he put me on, I was on at least one song on every last one of his solo albums. Raised in the Ghetto, I was on that. The last verse, Hustling, Thugging Daily. I can't think of the name of it right now. I was on the second verse of that. I got a little bit of food stamps and welfare. And that's pretty much that story. It wasn't so much like him telling me, bruh, come on, man, you wildin', man, get on this. No, he knew I was wildin'. He loved it, that shit. He wanted that shit around him. You understand what I'm saying? And he knew that I could rap. He knew that I was a real street nigga. And he was like, hey, look, get on this shit right here. You know what I'm saying?
And that was before social media and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like when people, before you could post a fucking video, you feel me? Like you really had to put in the work in the streets. So what leads to my next question is, after, God rest his soul, you know what I'm saying, Flies, but after his death, because it seemed like you had a pretty good wave going,
right?
And like I said, this was pre-social media. Right. So if your name ringing bells in the streets before social media, you was doing something. And your names was definitely one of the ones that was, but I kind of noticed, after Flies, left us, it kind of, slowed down with the music. Were you affected by his death, and was that the reason why you kind of slowed down on music? And what was it that made you start, taking this shit serious again? Because you've been on the wave, my nigga.
Well, to be honest, I never really slowed down on music. You understand what I'm saying? When Camouflage died, I was actually locked up. You understand what I'm saying? Which probably was the best place for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then at the same time, coming home, Pure Pain was still up, you know what I'm saying? And so I was rocking with them. I got to give a big shout out to Pure Pain, Rome, Bad Daddy, the whole family, man. Niggas get it twisted and caught up on other shit, but I love them. So on account of them still being around, I came home and was straight active with them. But on account of me being in the streets, being in and out of trouble, that's what slowed me down and stopped me from working. Right. You understand what I'm saying? But then I got back to working, maybe like the end of 07 going into 08, you know what I'm saying? That's what kind of elevated me all over again, you know what I'm saying? I dropped the album called Street Credibility, an album, not a mixtape, on my own. Didn't get a chance to push it like I want to because the folks grabbed me again, you know what I'm saying? My run-ins with the laws, though, to answer your question, and I hope that this does, is what kind of slowed me down from pushing, you know what I'm saying? I just did damn near 9 years. I'm just coming home, and I'm back at it. So that's what got my name floating again.
And this time you're gonna keep your ass out of trouble,
man. God willing, man. I'm trying my best, you know what I mean?
Cause I feel like, and I talked to you about this off cam, you know what I'm saying, that I feel like the streets is missing people like you know what I'm saying? People who rapping and giving you real life street stories and got, street credibility and and been out here for real, you know what I'm saying? And I felt like I had a conversation about, the young cats, the younger generation, they ain't got nobody to look up to. That's why when I call you the OG, I don't mean no disrespect with it. I mean that shit because you somebody who the youth and the younger cats could look up to. You know what I mean? You remember when we was coming up, when we was in the hood and the older heads, even though they was fucking up, they'd be like, get your little ass in the house before I beat your ass, nigga. This ain't for you. You feel me? It ain't nobody doing that for the youth. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like that's our job. I feel like we let them down with that. You know what I'm saying? So what's your take on that? Like, how do you feel about the new state of hip hop, the youth, the lack of respect they have for the older generation? Why do you think that is?
The answer to that, especially the last part, I think, like when we was young, nobody really couldn't tell us nothing. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So and they're a little different. Now them boys ain't hearing shit, like, you know what I mean? But as far as what you touch on, as far as, you know, why you call me OG and all that, because it'd be hard for me to accept. It's a coat puller for me, and I appreciate that. Like you kind of pull my coat and remind me, like, look, this is the role that we supposed to be playing as far as reaching out and kind of giving guidance, letting dudes know, like, look, man, this ain't what it is. And a lot of them are learning that, because even older guys, but a lot of younger dudes are doing shit, man, P. But they ain't really understanding what's behind what they doing, the consequences. You understand what I'm saying? And then motherfucker find himself in a fucked up situation. But my whole take on it, I like the whole new wave and the new generation of hip hop. I like the younger dudes. You know what I'm saying? I just would advise them, as I advise myself, to be mindful of, you know, the choices that we make, man, because the consequences are serious and are severe. That's why a lot of dudes be talking about snitch this, snitch that. Niggas ain't never been tested, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
They really, a lot of people are really potential fucking snitches, man. They don't even realize it. You understand what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. We put ourselves in situations where now we're forced to make a choice of whether or not we gonna stand up or not. And a lot of these younger dudes just doing shit. They ain't playing now. We know this. You know what I'm saying? It's a different generation. I came up in the era we fought a lot.
Yeah.
They coming up in the era where they got guns like off the top.
Bangers, yeah.
14, 15, 16 niggas got guns. So you know, my whole take on it, man. If I could give some advice, as I advise myself, man, just to be mindful, man. If you can, think before you react. You know what I'm saying? Because
and you know, it's the same thing. Like what I'll get off this subject. We get back to your music. You know what I'm saying? But the thing that get me about it is, you know, when I go to even when we was coming up, right? We had the old heads, even though we wasn't trying to hear shit.
Right.
We had the old heads in the hood who we respected. You feel me? Who we looked up to. Who you know, they don't got that these days. Like I went to the Craw the other day.
Right.
And you know, me and you done been living in the Craw for a while. You feel what I'm saying? I went out there though, and the OG of the hood, 22 years old. You feel me? Like they looking up to kids looking up to kids.
Right.
It ain't no old heads, and they looking for that guidance.
Yeah.
They looking for that leadership. I know it because I record these kids all the time.
Right.
And they always hit me. They always hit me with the, you know, I appreciate you. Like the old heads ain't listening to us. They ain't watching us. They ain't watching over us. They ain't giving us good advice. Then, you know, you wonder why they pants so tight. Or, you know, they creating their own wave.
Right.
We follow the older heads code. You feel what I'm saying? They don't got older heads to follow.
Right.
So now they creating their own wave. They creating their own style. They creating their own music. And we mad about it. But we can't be mad when we wasn't there for them. We either was in jail. I know because I did 8 years.
Right.
You know, we either was in jail. The niggas who survived done left the hood or died. You feel what I'm saying? Now these young niggas out here raising themselves, so it's our job to kind of step in and be them figures to them kids that they need. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's just my take on that. You know what I mean?
Right. And I like your take on it. I'm in agreement with that take. And on that note, I want to say that if there's anything I can do to help anybody, young or old, but we talking about the younger generation, I'm all for it though. You know what I'm saying? We don't really need no more bullshit. You know what I mean? It's a lot. It's gonna take a lot to combat it. Anything I can do though to help anybody, again, the younger folk, reach out. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for advice. Anything I can do, long as it's on something positive, no bullshit, I'm all for it, man.
Roger that. Roger that. I don't know what happened, but the mic went on. Yo. Oh shit! I did that. Yo.
Do something else.
Did I fuck something up? Yo, all right, tenfold. Hey, anyway, so on a lighter note, back to the music, man. For about the last 6 to 8 months, I've been seeing you flooding the streets with music, man. So let people know about the albums that you dropped, your upcoming albums, and what another question, like how you don't really focus on one particular song. Like you constantly fucking dropping fucking music. Like what got you on this wave, man?
Hey, for real, man. I gotta give a big shout out to everybody who believed in me and who stayed on me. I gotta give a big shout out to that girl B of B Boss Promotions and Entertainment. Like me and her conversating really is what put the fire up under me. You know what I'm saying? It's already in me and I've been already on it. But on account of her constantly being on me like, hey, listen, you bullshit nigga, you need to drop something. Because my thing was I was going to wait till like around about this year. I'm just coming home, bro. I'm not in the position that I was. I wanted to get my weight up. I wanted to drop a single, see what it do. Drop another one to kind of prep the audience for the album, but I didn't get a chance to do that. Once I started, I just been gone. So to answer your question, I dropped one mixtape, Real Life Music Volume 1 with the Game Needs. I decided like in, I believe October, I was gonna drop in November. You know what I'm saying? So I did that, got good feedback. Then I dropped Volume 2 about 3-4 months later. I got the Juice mixtape on the way. My old album, Street Credibility, that a lot of people around here in the city, you know, in certain corners and cuts are familiar with. I'm bringing that back on all platforms. That's dropping June the 3rd. I done shot like 3 videos. My latest, Lane Changing. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the one song that I'm focused on right now. I got so much of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So what has had me dropping is just my drive, my ambition, and my passion for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, again, I got to give a big shout out to that girl B of B-Boss Promotion Entertainment. Yeah. Big shout out to Bleak. Big shout out to Trak House Entertainment. You know what I mean? Anybody I'm leaving out, it ain't intentional. But these are the folks who believed in me, who've been pushing me, and that's how that came about. You know what I'm saying? Like I had no plans on even dropping no mixtape. You know what I'm saying? But since I've dropped, I just been gone, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I just been working, you know.
So where can we find your videos at? Like,
well, my YouTube page, my YouTube channel, whatever. Ghoo Tha Inspiration. Ghoo Tha Inspiration. You know what I'm saying? That's, and you spelling, it's GHOO. I do this. THAINSPA. And the way that you spell inspiration regularly. I got Real Life Music Volume 1 with the Game Needs on my mixtape and Spinnerella. I got Real Life Music Volume 2 with the Game Needs on my mixtape, Spinnerella, and SoundCloud. I got the Juice mixtape that'll probably be dropping in about 2 weeks at the most. That's gonna be on YouTube. My mixtape, Spinnerella, SoundCloud. I got my single Lane Changing. Again, that's on all platforms, Spotify, all that other good stuff. You can go download that. Yeah. And that's my latest video. You know what I'm saying?
So y'all make sure y'all go get that. You heard it first on Listen Up Live.
Well, how you feel about nowadays, like our group of age rap compared to when you used to rap?
Well,
what's so different? Because they rap about stuff they be in imagination. Like y'all rap about stuff that y'all did, y'all lived. Like right. They just do it to talk.
Right. Well, my take on it, because everybody putting, and I'm gonna say this metaphorically speaking, everybody put cut on their dope, so to say. Even us older rappers who've been telling our story, we all do a little bit of exaggerating, and things of that nature. It's a difference now. Like I say, I like the new wave. You know what I mean? Of course, it's a big difference. A lot of them, like you say, man, I'm talking about these. I'm gonna say this too, right? Big Dog of Pure Pain Records told me one time, you don't have to be a street nigga to sell 1 million records. You know what I'm saying? Right. So even though a lot of dudes fabricating are not as authentic as some of us older guys with their music, they still making noise, they still making money, they still doing good. Mm-hmm. But the difference is the realness. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the new music it lack realness, and it's kind of
You think it's saturated?
Most definitely, and it's encouraging a lot of bullshit. It's all about, and I'm guilty of it too. But it's all about getting high, getting fresh, going to the club, fuck something, and killing something. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's the difference in between now. You know, I hope to answer your question. You know what I'm saying? My take on it between.
What artists you fucking with from this generation?
Man, that's a big question.
What's that? Two. One in the industry and one from Savannah.
Of the new wave?
Of the new wave.
Man, you kind of put me on the spot. That's really
that's what we came to do.
Hey, listen, because I'm gonna be real, right? And this probably selfish. Like all I'm really listening to is me right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. And other local artists. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I can't really answer that question honestly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like who I'm on heavy like that.
What local artists would you like to work with, and who you listen to?
Man, I listen to a lot of them, man, and I get a chance to work with a lot of them. It's a lot of them, bro, man. If you working, I'm working. If you want to fuck with me, I want to fuck with you back. I'm gonna answer that like that.
So how can they reach out to you to get that feature, man?
Listen, hit me on Facebook or something, man. I know. I mean, I'm out there, so I know I ain't hard to find. Inbox me. You know what I'm saying? You can get in touch with somebody who can get you in touch with Ghoo. I mean, I got the right mind to put my number out there right now. I mean, I don't know if that's a plus or a minus.
It's both. Or you can pull up at Circle K and get you some gas and you might find them there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm out here.
I'm out here. Somebody who knows somebody.
Talk about this real.
It's okay.
That's Trak House.
It's okay to tell them where Circle K to meet you at?
Man, listen. My number. Let me do this right here. My number is 912-660-9062.
One more time for the slow ones.
912 is the area code.
Yeah, 912
660
660
9062. For anybody who working,
Right
who real, who official, who might want to feature me on something or want to get on something with me, I'm all for it. That's my number.
Don't go with the playing games, little childish ass shit. Don't call that number with that bullshit.
And if I miss you,
We'll
leave a
check
message or text me or something.
Reach
Hey,
out for that feature for the price go up.
And we got our girl Queen Breezy about to do a record with Ghoo. This gonna be crazy. It's gonna be real. Yeah, that's her.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, okay. I didn't even
Yeah,
know that.
so
That's
we
what's up.
gonna be we putting together a record. Rest in peace to Fly. Just all dedicated to him. You know what I'm saying? And the twerk movement is the wave. So we about to drop something real hot on y'all in the next couple weeks or a month or so. You feel me?
This the new Nicki Minaj.
Man, P got me
No,
sitting
no,
up in here.
no.
with-
I ain't trying to be none of that.
she a
Is she
star.
not? But I'm just saying, whatever scale that everybody else was
She a
on,
star.
she's above that. This the new one. So you better check in right now. I'm talking about prices low, everything is good. You bullshit, then you gonna see in a minute. I'm telling you.
Gonna be all
Check in.
over after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lane change.
I just like to talk my shit. That's all.
Talk it. And guess what? Hey, listen,
Girls
I'm gonna
don't
tell you
talk
right now.
about, like pretty ass shit. Like I'm saying, pretty looking
Right, okay.
good. They want to talk about gloss and.
That's what you
I want to
said.
talk about that too now, but you can't do that.
And she's the best host you can get right now. I'm talking about in the city. She's the best host you can get right now.
If y'all
Listen,
wasn't they May 18th, then y'all.
you
missed
fucked
out.
up. So I'm
Listen.
telling you, she made
It
shit
was out
move.
me.
So if the price is right now, you better get it. If not, later, you're going to be like, man, I should have got her years ago. It's going to be over with. Check in now. Tell me.
Beautiful too, man. I didn't even know I was in here with her, man. P, how you do that, man? I didn't even know this was her.
Yeah, I
So
just,
shouts out.
I had, I came in kind of on the fly.
For sure, shouts out to the queen, man. New music coming.
Ghoo, Queen Breezy. We gonna be goddamn. We got some shit coming.
It's up
I'm gonna just
with
leave
that.
it at that.
Straight like that. Man.
Hey man, so hey, let us know.
You see me almost crying out to man?
You supposed to cry. I told you it's okay to cry. It's okay to cry.
For sure, without a doubt. Hey,
Yeah.
let the people know what we playing first.
What are we playing first?
Alright, let's go with which one you want? You got Dreams.
Play on back first, man.
Alright.
Hold up, talk about I'm back before
Okay.
we play it.
This song they finna play on back off of my first mix CD that I dropped in November. Real Life Music Volume 1 with the game needs. You know that it's mixtape shit like, man. One of Jay-Z old beats, man. John P like this shit. I like it. That's what it is, man. I got a video for that.
Hey, that nigga said these niggas living in the days where they living through their page, nigga. On
100 likes.
everything.
They got 100 likes, 100 comments, but
No money made.
Bro, that's the realest. That's the realest shit
ever,
I heard
ever,
this
ever.
year, bro.
I met so many
Came with some
motherfuckers,
bars on that one.
20 something, 30 something,
Yo,
40
what's going
something
on?
thousand. And ain't got shit.
Hello?
You know what I'm saying? You're not progressing. It's not a
I'ma
fact
call you
that
back, okay?
you have that and
Talk to
nothing
me.
going on, but it's the fact that you in that
Can I call you
actual
back?
area and then you still capitalize
Talk to
off
me,
it
tell me
just to
what it
walk
is.
through your city like you the shit. No, you need to take that and put
thought
that
this
in the
was you,
business
man. I'ma call you
aspects
back, okay?
and brand and gross from that. They ain't doing that. They only care for the fame. That's the fucked up part about the game. Everybody only care for what? Clout
Hey, see
chasing.
what happened? See
That's
what
the
that
new
lyric,
word.
see what that
Clout
line
chasing.
just did
Yeah,
for
hey,
him?
man, I
Like,
appreciate
for
y'all
real,
acknowledging
I'm-
that, man.
I'm
Hey,
for real.
That's
more
the,
than serious.
You
I
need
know
to
that.
put that shit
And you know, we listen.
on the
we,
shirt.
We all guilty of it, but you know, nigga trying to make some money. I like the likes and the comments and the handshakes and the smile, but I want some money, man. You know
That's
what I mean?
No doubt,
You
no
know?
doubt.
There's a lot of people that only care for just, okay, put me in that position that I can say that I'm that bitch. Or I put me in that position that I say I'm that nigga. No, it's people like us that speaking on that terms like, look here, I'm about the money. It's good, but I got a child. Or it's good, but I got this. You know what I'm saying?
I'm overwhelmed, man. They got me feeling real life, volume. Real life, volume. Real life, volume. Real life music volume 1 with the game D's, Ghoo Tha Inspiration. Real life, fuck with me. Volume. I came back to get what's mine, and I came back to get my shine, and I came back to get on my grind. Nigga did time, no bending, no folding, no snitching, no crying, no lying. Every word I spit is the gospel, and every girl I hit, they want a lot more than just a hit and run relationship. Square a nigga up, empty the clip. That's a hit and run relationship. And all black on that gangster shit. To me, most of these niggas is west. They on that wankster shit, and I am like 50. So they are Ja Rules. I don't care how they spittin', cause they are not cool when I pray for my crew. God bless us, help us make it through the storm. June 3rd, 1980, the inspiration was born. The limitations is gone. We can go to Jupiter, all I need is a run. I pile this money up like Scrooge McDuck. Bad bitch calling my lucky dime. Never had shit till I got up on my fucking grind. I grind like a renegade. Take some lemon pills and make some lemonade. Take a bunch of lemons and make some Minute Maid. Old dried up, couple minutes in the microwave. Old find the fuck a couple minutes, look what life was made. We living in the days where everybody living through their page. 100 likes, 100 comments, but no money made. And I asked these niggas to help me, but they made me get it the harder way. I guess they ain't felt me, did like Shaq and went to LA. And all I think is plug every time I see a essay. And these niggas talk about love, but fuck the love, that's just a catchphrase. If you feel it volume 1, I know you gon' feel the next page. The next stage is real like volume 2. That's the next page and the get paid. I do out anything, look what the checks made. A bad